and after the addition of that extra element known as impurity element, it will becomes extrinsic semiconductor. So this is dope form. This is dope form. For example, we are having the pure water, or let us we are having the milk in its natural form. So when we are having the milk in its natural form, it is a pure form, and that pure form is the intrinsic semiconductor. Now we add some extra water into the milk. So question is, why to add the water into the milk? Answer is very simple. To increase the quantity of milk, we are adding the extra water. Similar is the case in case of intrinsic semiconductor in pure form. Its conductivity is very small. Its conductivity is very small means what? It is having a extremely small charge carriers which are available for the conduction. So to increase the charge carrier, what we are doing, we are adding some extra element into this, and that is known as doping. So what is doping? Doping is a process of adding extra element known as doping elements into the intrinsic semiconductor to increase the conductivity, to increase the charge carriers. After doping, this intrinsic semiconductor gets converted into extrinsic semiconductor. So the pure form will be the intrinsic semiconductor, and after doping with some external elements, it will become extrinsic semiconductor. So this is the pure form and this is dope form. Simple. Now again, there are two types of extrinsic semiconductor, that is n-type extrinsic semiconductor and p-type extrinsic सेमीकंडक्टर. तो ये दूध है और दूध में पानी डालने के बाद, दूध में पानी डालना, दिस प्रोसेस इज व्हाट? डोपिंग. दूध में पानी डालने के बाद में क्या होगा? उसकी क्वांटिटी बढ़ जाएगी, तो क्या हो जाएगा? वो डोप फॉर्म, दैट इज एक्सट्रिंसिक फॉर्म. Now two cases will be there after the addition of that water into the milk. The first will be पानी का अमाउंट ज्यादा होगा दूध से, नेगेटिव टाइप, या फिर दूध ज्यादा रहेगा पानी से, दैट इज पॉजिटिव टाइप. सो सिमिलरली व्हेन वी आर एडिंग सम एक्स्ट्रा एलिमेंट into the intrinsic semiconductor, it will become the extrinsic semiconductor. During this doping, if the concentration of negative charges, that is electron, increases, it will become n-type extrinsic semiconductor. Or if during the doping the concentration of positive charge carrier, that is holes, increases, it is known as p-type extrinsic semiconductor. Here n stands for negative type extrinsic semiconductor and P stands for positive type extrinsic semiconductors. So here this is the classification of semiconductor. This is simple. So in this, first it is divided into intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. Later on, this dope form is divided into n-type extrinsic semiconductor and p-type extrinsic semiconductor. Initially, इसके दो टाइप्स होंगे, इंट्रिंसिक और एक्सट्रिंसिक। बाय यूजिंग द प्रोसेस ऑफ डोपिंग क्या करेंगे हम, इंट्रिंसिक को कन्वर्ट करेंगे किसमें, एक्सट्रिंसिक। तो व्हाट इज डोपिंग? डोपिंग इज नथिंग बट द प्रोसेस ऑफ एडिंग सम एक्स्ट्रा एलिमेंट इनटू द इंट्रिंसिक सेमीकंडक्टर। आफ्टर एडिशन ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा एलिमेंट इनटू द इंट्रिंसिक सेमीकंडक्टर, उसका जो कंडक्टिविटी है वो बढ़ जाएगा, मींस इंट्रिंसिक गेट्स कन्वर्टेड इनटू एक्सट्रिंसिक। अगर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन बढ़ेगा आफ्टर डोपिंग, तो उसे कहेंगे हम एन टाइप एक्सट्रिंसिक सेमीकंडक्टर। और अगर होल्स का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन बढ़ता है, मतलब पॉजिटिव टाइप कैरियर्स बढ़ते हैं, उसे कहेंगे हम पी टाइप एक्सट्रिंसिक सेमीकंडक्टर। सिंपल। So I think you are getting this. Now अभी देखेंगे हम डोपिंग एलिमेंट्स। ऐसे कौन से एलिमेंट होंगे जिनका इस्तेमाल करेंगे हम फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ डोपिंग। अगर हमें एन टाइप एक्सट्रिंसिक सेमीकंडक्टर बनाना है तो कौन से एलिमेंट का इस्तेमाल करेंगे, विद इंट्रिंसिक सेमीकंडक्टर। या फिर हमें अगर पी टाइप एक्सट्रिंसिक सेमीकंडक्टर बनाना है तो कौन से एलिमेंट का इस्तेमाल करेंगे हम, विद इंट्रिंसिक सेमीकंडक्टर, दैट वी विल सी। So we are having the pentavalent element and we are having the trivalent element. Pentavalent element means having the 5 valence electron. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप शॉर्टकट में याद रख सकते हो, पास कौन से स्कूल से पास हुआ है बच्चा, एसबी सरस्वती भवन। तो यू कैन रिकॉल दिस एज पास फ्रॉम सरस्वती भवन। सिंपल। नाउ हियर वी आर हैविंग द एटॉमिक नंबर ऑफ phosphorus will be what, 15. Here we are having the arsenic 33, antimony 51. So let phosphorus P with Z15. So here electronic configuration of this will be what, 2, 8, 5. So number of valence electron will be 5. Simple. So here we have to note these pentavalent elements are used to form n-type extrinsic semiconductors. To form n-type extrinsic semiconductor means you can add phosphorus, arsenic, antimony into the intrinsic form. Intrinsic means you can add these into the silicon, because silicon is a pure form of a semiconductor, or you can add these into the germanium. Germanium is also the intrinsic semiconductor. Trivalent. For trivalent you can this bag made in India, boron, aluminium, gallium, indium. So shortcut will be bag made in India. Now Here we are having a Z for boron 5, this is 13, this is 31, this is 49. So simple. So we are having the boron Z equals to 5, electronic configuration will be 2 3, and number of valence electron will be 3. As the number of valence electron is 3, it is trivalent element. These trivalent elements are used to form p-type extrinsic semiconductors. How we will see. So you can add this boron, aluminium, gallium, indium into the silicon, or you can add this boron, aluminium, gallium, indium in germanium. So that are the possible cases. So pentavalent elements, pentanins having the 5 valence electron. These are the elements that can be used: phosphorus, arsenic, antimony. Let the example of phosphorus with atomic number 15. So electronic configuration will be 285 and number of valence electron is 5. This is used to form n-type extrinsic semiconductor. Means you can use this phosphorus, arsenic, antimony either with silicon intrinsic semiconductor, or you can use this with germanium. Germanium is also the intrinsic semiconductor. Trivalent elements: बोरॉन, एल्यूमिनियम, गैलियम, इंडियम. शॉर्टकट में कैसे याद रखेंगे? बैग मेड इन इंडिया, और ये पास फ्रॉम सरस्वती भवन. नाउ here is the example of boron. Z is 5, configuration will be 2 3, valence electron will be 3, and these are used to form p-type extrinsic semiconductor. Now, intrinsic semiconductor. What is intrinsic semiconductor? The pure form of a semiconductor is known as intrinsic semiconductor. The pure form of semiconductor is known as intrinsic semiconductor. Let us the example of silicon. Z equals to 14. So electronic configuration will be 284. And number of valence electron will be 4. And number of valence electron will be 4. Or you can take the example of germanium with Z equals to 32. So electronic configuration will be 2 8 18 4. Here again the number of valence electron will be 4. Simple. Now silicon. Now you know valence electrons are used to form the covalent bond between the atoms. So these are the silicon atoms. Simple. And each silicon atom contains 4 valence electron. I am taking only the valence electrons because they are used to form the bond. We are not taking this 2 and 8. So this silicon atom will form covalent bonds with neighboring silicon atoms like this. Its octet get completed and it will become the stable. Now in this case no free electrons are available. In this case, no free electrons are available to us. So, at absolute zero, this semiconductor behave as an insulator because no free electrons are available to us. जैसे हमने लास्ट एक्सपेरिमेंट के अंदर में देखा था कि हमारे पास में बैटरी थी विथ पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव टर्मिनल और एक सिलिकॉन का वेपर था जो कि पॉजिटिव से कनेक्टेड था ऐसे, और यहां पर एक एलईडी था और ये नेगेटिव से कनेक्टेड था। तो इनिशियली देखा था हमने कि इट विल नॉट अलाउ द करंट टू पास थ्रू द एलईडी क्योंकि इसका बिहेव कैसा था एज अ इंसुलेटर, क्योंकि इसके अंदर में नंबर ऑफ फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स अवेलेबल नहीं थे। जब हमने इसको हीट किया तो हीट करने के बाद इसमें के नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फ्री होंगे, करंट फॉरवर्ड होगा एंड दिस एलईडी विल स्टार्ट ग्लोइंग। यहां पर नो फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर देयर. This valence electron is bonded with this, this is bonded with this, this is bonded with this, this is bonded with this. So in this case, no free electrons are available. That's why at absolute zero, the behavior of this semiconductor is like the insulator. Is like the insulator. Simple. Now, what we have to do to increase the conductivity of this? So, to increase the conductivity of this, either we have to increase the temperature. When temperature is increased, bond will get break, and when bond will get break, the number of electrons will becomes free for the conduction. The number of electrons will becomes free for the conduction. Simple. When we increase the temperature, because when we increase the temperature, this bond will get break, and when bond will get break, the number of electrons will becomes free. This is known as NTC, negative temperature coefficient. What do you mean by negative temperature coefficient? As you increase the temperature, bond will get break, means resistance will be lowered and conductivity will increase. Resistance is inversely proportional to the temperature. Simple. Resistance is inversely proportional to the temperature. As temperature increases, bond will get break. When bond will get break, resistance will be lowered and conductivity will be increased. And conductivity will be increased. Simple. So at absolute zero temperature, you can see this is valence band and this is conduction band, and this is the forbidden energy gap. This is energy gap or the forbidden energy gap, and this forbidden energy gap for semiconductor is approximately equals to 1 electron volt. Under this condition, all valence electrons are bonded with neighboring silicon atoms. So this valence band is completely filled. And no free electrons are available for the conduction because they are bonded. When they are bonded, they are not free. So no free electrons are available for the conduction. Therefore, conduction band is completely empty. Conduction band is completely empty. But as the energy gap or forbidden energy gap is very small in case of semiconductor, by giving small amount of energy, you can convert these valence electrons into the free electrons which are useful for the conduction. Means you can convert these valence electrons into the conduction electron or into the free electrons that we have done in this case. Initially, the structure is acting as an insulator, but by giving heat energy or by increasing the temperature, by breaking the bond, by lowering the resistance, by increasing the conductivity, you can convert this valence electron into the conduction electron or the free electrons. Current always flows due to the free electrons or due to the conduction electron. So this is the simple structure of intrinsic semiconductor. Instead of silicon, you may use germanium. Simple. And in the next class, we will continue with types of extrinsic semiconductors, diode, applications of diode, characteristics of diode, and so on. So this is the first part of the semiconductor for you.